This is the resistance and I'm not giving in. Breaking the paradigm everybody's living in. No more spinning on a ball, that shit was just pretend. And I'm not gonna say it is just for the sake of fitting in. The truth is different to people because illusions vary. The truth is hidden, the truth is missing, the truth is buried. The truth is beautiful, truth is ugly, the truth is scary. That's why telling the truth is revolutionary. The truth is something that these people just will not provide. That's why they gotta keep sheeple completely occupied. Now our food and our fruits and veggies are modified. And that's what happens when common sense is just not applied. They govern your mind, that's why it's called governmental. Everything that comes out of their mouth is utter dribble. And we just sit here every day, it's always uneventful. That's why I'm out here causing ruckus, man, that's what I'm into. I'm defiant, remaining non-compliant. No, I'm not staying quiet, never remaining silent. Doing everything that I can just to create a riot. I want the truth and I'll do whatever it takes to find it. You have to be asleep to have the American dream. There's bloodlines and they seem to think there's a supreme. Democrats and Republicans are sharing the scene. It's no different than the WWE. Everybody's an actor and the world is a stage. We're just some slaves never knowing the world is a cage. They got us worrying about chasing fortune and fame. They train us to ignore these things and it's more than just strange. But I won't do this anymore, man, I'm taking control. If you don't do it for yourself, no one's saving your soul. It's better that you make it whole than they'll make it a hole. Ripping it, tearing it, twisting and taking it slow. I've never been the type of guy that would tolerate ghouls. They try to take us and brainwash us in all of their schools. They're lying to us every day while we're watching the news. But I refuse to lose and no, I won't follow the rules. Forever I'm defiant, remaining non-compliant. No, I'm not staying quiet, never remaining silent. Doing everything that I can just to create a riot. I want the truth and I'll do whatever it takes to find it.
Boom, baby. Say it. Boom, baby. Boom, baby.
I'm on the next level, yeah, I know you heard about it. You know I'm about it, and don't you ever doubt it. I'm incomparable, that's why they stare and look. Turn up the stereo, check it out, check it out, check it out. I'm not just like a sauna, New York to California. Too hot, too hot. You ain't seen nothing like this. Nobody do it like this. I'm on the next level, next level, on the next level. They all trying to catch up to my next level, next level, on the next level. Check it out, check it out, check it out. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. You like that old school back in the music? That shit is old news. I'm popping through the ceiling. That's my motto. That's my motto. I lead, they follow. I'm about to break it down. Watch me while I work it. I'm not just like a sauna. New York to California. Too hot, too hot. You ain't seen no
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. I have Shapu with me here today. There he is.
Yes. I'm not muted.
Not muted. I was muted earlier when him and I were talking backstage, and he's like, "You're muted." He couldn't wait to tell me that, I bet.
I just waited a couple seconds.
Yeah, like let her go for a second. Oh, you're muted. Yeah, we got 16 people here right now, and Shapu and I are sporting our Meltology 101 shirts, guys. You like it? That's where it's at, right here. And also, Steve Fennerin, who I don't know if he's in the chat yet or not. I know he was over watching Spartan Red stuff. And I think they're still live over there. Steve Fennerin just ordered a shirt as well. Shapu, you want to tell everybody about your shirt, what you think of it, the material, everything?
Oh, it's great. I love it. The material, it's so soft and it's perfect. And even
it's nice and light too. It's a light material, but it's very black.
Yeah,
it looks good. It's good quality.
Exactly. Yeah.
And with the summertime coming, it's a good shirt too. And I do have tank tops, guys. If anybody out there was thinking that they were interested in a ladies tank top or something, I was checking them out today. They're pretty cool. I will get one made up for myself first and then showcase it for the ladies if anybody wants to go that route, because summertime is right around the corner. But again, I'd like to reiterate, these shirts are very light and breezy and flowing with air and stuff, because I have hot flashes all the time. I can't wear anything too thick or anything. So they are still good for the summertime, though. But I wouldn't exactly sit out in the sun with this shirt on. You would probably get pretty hot.
No, the blackness of it, you'll be hot in a second.
Yeah, it's definitely that black, and that's how I like it, and it's going to hold that blackness. It's not going to fade. It's not that kind of material. It's really good. But the details are in the description below. If anybody's interested in a t-shirt, I have that all, and my Cash App and the PayPal is always linked and everything. You could just read the description and figure out how to go about doing this with the shirts and stuff. It's limited time. I'm not doing it all the time or anything. Although if it seems to catch on and take off, we'll see what happens from there. So let me say hi to some people in the chat here real quick. I got 18 people here. Heather's here. Holistic Media, what's up? I love your promo, and I need to show that promo, as a matter of fact, as well. You did really good with the promo. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. It's really good. So if anybody doesn't know, I'm going to be speaking this Saturday. I'm not sure exactly what time, and it is a conference that Martin's having called the Holy Grail Reset Tour. The Holy Grail, the Great Reset Tour that he's doing over there in England. And this is the second half of the tour, and tickets are available. Now, I don't know if it's just tickets being sold for the people there in Birmingham where he's having it, or you can get on to see the conference on some type of a Patreon stream or something like that. I don't know that part of it. So I don't know when anybody would actually ever be able to see this conference. Maybe later on down the road after the conference is over, he may put it out onto YouTube or something like that, which would be really cool. So I am a guest speaker there, and Brian Stavely as well. We're the two people representing America, and hopefully I get to, introduce some new people to the whole melted building thing, because just like his story, geology and say archaeology just smash right into each other at some point. You have, at least in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but you have the mud flood stuff and the resets slamming right into X Factor and melted buildings. You can't get around either one of those. You can't get around flat Earth and the Mandela effect. They run parallel with each other, and they actually seem to be a result of one and another. Okay, like the globe changing, all the continents moving, the globe's shifting because it's a lie, and we know we're on a flat Earth, and the Mandela effect is showing us that the globe is a lie. Okay, so to me, you can't have one without the other. I think it was time for revealing, as is the apocalypse, flat Earth that's going to come out, and the Mandela effect itself is a sign of where we are at right now in the timeline of things. We're supposed to be looking for these lying signs and wonders and stuff, and You know, I think the Mandela effect is a wonder. Everybody's wondering how the hell this is happening. It's one of those wonders. And you know, there's all lying signs all around us. So, I mean, you just pick that all apart. But I can't do that here on this show. But in light of me going on with Martin and talking on there, I'm sure I'll mention Vesuvius and stuff. We'll see where the roundtable discussion goes. But I am going to touch back on some of the stuff that I've talked about in previous videos, which is Mauna Loa, Jagger Cave, and the supposed windbreakers up there. And then the things that melt down that look like they were windbreakers, but now they call them splatter cones, whatever. I can't even find a definition for a splatter cone. I think this lady just made it up. But anyway, so I wanted to bring some of that stuff back to the forefront in people's minds of the Icelandic volcano. I have a website that we're going to look at that has amazing pictures without us actually going to a YouTube video and playing that video out, because some of that's not really great quality, but these pictures are, and we can really zoom in on them. And also, we're going to get into the main topic of the show tonight, which is speleology or speleology. I don't even know. I mean, the name is just like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? Shapu, I sent you a little photo. We're going to bring it up here as we're talking about this supposed speleology. Let's break this all down and see what's going on with this word here. I mean, are they casting spells on you? Why are they calling it speleology? Let's see what happens here if I can get this to come up. There we go. So as you can see here, I crossed out speleology and put meltology in here because the definition of speleology is the study and exploration of caves. And I feel like meltology is the study and or exploration, if you're lucky enough, study of melted structures. Because when you're in a cave, you're actually in one of these melted structures. We call them buildings because it seems to appear that it was some type of massive structure before it became this natural formation that these speleologists and geologists want you to think that they are. And that this took millions of years to form. And whatever you do, don't touch it because it'll stop growing. That's another thing I want to talk about too, is that if I could just bring it up real quick while it's on the top of my head here, is that they drill it into your head when you go into these things, especially when you're children, because usually this is when most people take their, grade school, at least around here, they all go to DeSoto Caverns. It's their cave tour that all the schools go on. They take the kids there. It's kind of like a kid park with a cool cave. And there's all these stalagmites and stalactites. Don't touch the stalactites or the stalagmites. They'll stop growing. Like as if to reinforce into your brain that these things are growing in such a manner that it formed this whole cave, okay? And that we must be very cautious not to touch it. That would be an anchor memory if they put that in your head, especially with a don't attached to it. Don't do this or else this will happen. And that will anchor in your memory. Oh, they're a natural formation. And if I touch it, it'll stop growing because it grew to begin with, which they didn't, guys. They just melted. What do you think about that, Shapu?
Yeah, it's true. They just melted and the mortar just drips, and then they call it what is it called it again? Calcification, and it's nothing special about. It's just a covering of salts, and we know that salts are exactly the melting of the man. What's wrong with me tonight?
Take your time.
The mortar, yeah. God damn.
Yeah. So when you have things that are on the interiors of these buildings, like columns, okay, we've shown you many, many columns on the exterior face of these buildings. Columns that are just standing columns and colonnades of stuff all over Egypt. But on the interior of these buildings, they had columns as well. For instance, the only thing I can kind of like, well, I mean, you can look in all the India temples. They have columns everywhere on the interiors, columns overlapping columns. India loves their columns so much throughout their temples and stuff. So a lot of these things could be melted down columns that look like, and some of them are like 20, 30 foot high. They call them stalagmites. And then sometimes you'll see the one that's coming from the ceiling and then coming from below. And they're telling you that these two are going to meet in the middle one day and join and, or whatever, break off, right? But actually, could this just be the one long column and it kind of separated there in the middle, like it melted away and the bottom part's still there? I don't know, but it seems to look that way in a lot of this stuff. Speleologist or speleologies. I mean, to me, it sounds like they're casting spells to create anchor memories for people to accept these things. It's like, let me put it this way: like every time you put a movie on, right? The first beginning of the movie is that globe with Universal coming around it and that airplane flying around the ball, right? Or you'll see something like, TriStar with the space in the background and everything. These are all little anchor things in the beginnings of every movie. Just even if the movie's not even about space, that little thing in the beginning will anchor that memory once again, and reinforce it that space is a real thing. And this is what this type of stuff does as well, is when they, they're calling it these other things like stalagmites and stalactites, and don't touch them. And I kind of ran off track with that. But yeah, speleology. I mean, if you cast a spell on somebody, not saying that this is exactly what every person in this field is doing. I'm sure they're very nice people, but why would you choose a word like this? I have no idea who came up with speleology. I know who came up with meltology. That was me. Speleology, I haven't found the source to that yet. I personally would not have chose that word. It's just a little, I mean, that's just me, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the spell means in the Leo.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Are you trying to cast a spell on me here by telling me I'm in a cave and telling me how many critters there are in it and how far the cave goes? And this is all natural and probably took billions of years to form. They're just, yeah. So if we can go to the next picture I sent you right after this one. These are a few snapshots I took of some people that were going into a cave. Now, this is not a mine. Although it looks like a mine, it's not a mine. Can we zoom in on this? There's some anomalies here in this cave.
I don't know how.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're not on. Let me make it big. I'll just go big with this and take us off screen. That should make it bigger for everybody. Okay, so you can see I have something circled here. It looks like a very rectangular, right-angled brick or stone of some sort. That was interesting. I thought that was, very anomalous and out of place there.
Yeah. There's a lot of others around it.
Mm-hmm. When you zoom into it, you can really see, the structure of it. It looks like it's two bricks on top of each other. It's kind of like, melted together.
Oh, okay.
And we'll go to the next one.
I don't know why there's no zoom option.
So here they're walking again. This is not a mine. This is a cave. It's in the Peak District of England. It's called Giant's Hole. It's just a hole in the ground. You go in and there's this whole massive cave. As a matter of fact, England is riddled with massive cavernous caves. Okay, and I've been looking at them all night long. I was up till 5:30 in the morning watching this shit. I couldn't sleep last night. But anyway, that's not the point. Look at this wall. Okay, what do you see, Shapu?
Well, it's a little bit blurry for me, but
I apologize. It's if you can make it out, I don't know if you can on your end or not, but there is some brick pattern here. There's one main one that I'm kind of pointing at there.
Where your arrow is pointing?
Yeah, right there that you're going over right there. That's all brick pattern there.
I kind of see some lines, yes.
I kind of snapped these off last night when I was looking at some stuff, but you can go to the next picture.
Yeah, I know sometimes a screenshot from a video, sometimes it's blurry if you don't get it right. Yeah.
Yeah, some people, I posted this on Melted Buildings Facebook page, and they're like, what is it? What is it? But clearly I can see a brick here. It's outlined.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see the rectangle. It's right there. Yeah. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now you see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought it was chocolate bar. No, I was just joking. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
I tried to enhance it to get the color to come out more so it would be more pronounced, but I saw it immediately in the video. I'm watching these people go along. I'm watching every little nook and cranny in the wall, I'm pausing the videos, taking snapshots. Anyway, we can go to the next one.
No, this is the same, yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one there. Just go to the next one. Okay, so here they're looking across something. I don't know what, but look, clearly there's an arch right there. Okay, it's a flooded, it's like a little lake in here, but look at this perfect arch that leads somewhere, it looks like.
Yeah, they're inside of this cave.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh. Pretty interesting.
All right, we can go to the next one. Okay, so here the guy, it's kind of hard to make out, I guess, but the guy's standing looking down into this hole, but you can see it's kind of like an outline of a doorway there. See how it kind of angles up, like almost like an A-frame right here? Yeah. And then behind it looks like there's brick, like within the interior there. So he's like pointing, looking down into this little spot here. That's why so he's got the like upper view looking down. It's actually a well type of thing they're shot at.
Yeah, you can see that it goes down.
Yeah.
A bit.
So I thought that was kind of weird. It seems like a leftover kind of outline of a doorway A-frame there or something. Maybe it was bricked up. I don't know. But you can see even the brick pattern next to it on the wall off to the left. Coming down from the A-frame and moving across the wall on the left-hand side, you can see bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
All right, we'll go to the next one.
I think that's my last one I got.
Okay. All right. And then let me see here. Where are we going to go from here? Hey, DJ, what's going on? I just got your message. All right. So, yeah, speleology. I thought that was interesting. Actually, I took my mom to the Museum of Natural History the other day, and they have this one whole cave section where they talk about speleology and stuff, and I'm just like, what the hell is this shit? Meltology. It should say melt. I should have took a pen with me or a marker and cross it out and put meltology there.
Yeah, they wouldn't understand anything.
I think that's a good definition for meltology, the study and exploration of melted structures. I think melted structures is a better word than melted buildings in terminology for a definition for meltology. Just leave it at melted structures, because that structure could be anything. You know, it's melted. It could be an aqueduct. It's melted. We saw a melted aqueduct.
Yeah.
So let me see here which video we're going to go to here, because we got some stuff lined up. I got to check my messages here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me see here. Oh, okay, so just above, if you scroll up, here, I'll resend it to you, this picture here. I wanted to show everybody this one too. You could just pop it up since I resend it to you. This is some speleologists in a cave. And, they don't know. I don't know how they can't see it, but, I didn't see it before neither until somebody pointed it out to me, so I can't blame them, right? But we'll show you this picture. Okay. Well, we can't really zoom in on it, but everything that you see here above them is all the interior of the melted building. and you could see the melt pattern, the melt flow, and everything. Extreme heat event had to have done this. And these interiors of these buildings were made of different materials as well, not just brick. We have facadings on the outside. We have brick. We have technology built into the buildings, plus whatever they adorned the interior of these buildings with, which would have been a material that probably was unknown to us at this point, because now it's turned to something else. See, with the extreme heat event, temperature dictates the state of matter. And this matter has been changed. It's morphed to something else through this extreme heat event. Like a lot of the mortar lines are quartz now.
Yeah.
Or red sandstone. It's red melted brick. So they have names for all this new stuff. You know, it's just, but we know what they are now. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we're going to go to the video that I have sent you that says, just what kind of mine is this? And this is a UK abandoned mine. Now, all right, guys, I'm kind of hopping off the cave thing here, but I just wanted to point out to everybody that, you know, there's this name out there for cave exploration and study, and it's called speleologist. And I think I'm going to just rename it Meltology instead of speleology. Maybe they can start watching some of my stuff.
So what is the title of?
Just what kind of mine is this? I can resend it to you. That'll probably be easier. It'll just come right in.
Don't think I have it.
There we go. England is just riddled with abandoned mines. Okay, so we don't have to have any volume on this. We're just gonna go through. I think we're gonna let it run a little so people can see what the entrance looks like, because they have to go through some tube to get into this mine. Tube tunnel. It's not the one we watched last week. It's a little different.
Yeah, it's much bigger to enter.
Yeah.
So,
but it's like a perfectly cemented tunnel.
1776.
Yeah. Is that what it says? 1776?
Yeah, the oldest carving.
Imagine that. 1776. There you go.
Interesting, yeah. And then all this was built, not carved.
Yeah. So this is interesting here. This mine has these perfect steps that they go down here and stuff. I found this very, very interesting. Oh. It even says in the title, what kind of mine is this, you know? Wait till you see the stuff that's going on down here, guys. And look, he's really having the step down here. The gate on the step is deep.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck? I mean, come on. 1776 is the oldest carving on there. That means this predates that. I would have to say. I mean, okay, now we got, you know, the water's just rushing down these steps. They just came down those steps. No, this is a mine, okay? They say this is a mine. It's like, just slap, it's mine because I found it. Just slap mine on there.
Because they doesn't look like they're dragging something out of this. Not that way.
All right, so go along here. Let them run through this tunnel a little. See where they start to come out to. There we go. Right around there. Now, interesting. This whole place has this plaster-like coating over it.
Yeah.
It's a chamber here. I thought this was very interesting. Very building looking, you know, building-ish. It doesn't look like a mine. It looks like the interior of a building here.
Yeah, it looks more like a bunker than a mine. I don't know why they...
Oh, it gets better. They're pretty blown away by this whole place too, but we don't have to hear everything they're saying. Hey DJ, Mary, it's nice to see you here. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, there's some like handwriting up in there. I don't know how that was carved. Unless they tried to put cement in and wrote over it there.
Yeah, or some... It's weird. They had to do it while they were putting on the cement, you know.
All right, so just down here, they're going to go over this little, I think there's a cave in here or something, and then we get into some more interesting looking stuff.
There's some kind of a railing. But,
All right, let's move it along just a little here. Soon they're going to come up to like an archway, I think. Okay, let's look at this when they're coming up to this arch here.
this way.
Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Here we got a whole, the wall's exposed here. You can see the brick. See it?
Yeah.
See all the brick under that exposure? Hopefully it pans down again. But if not, we can run it back a sec and just stop it. There you go. Look.
Yeah.
Guys, you can see the brick under there. Yep.
Yeah, you can see it. All bubbled up. Yeah. And push the wall. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now this is where, pay attention to the walls here, guys. Look at this. Look. Look at all this. He pans around pretty good with all this stuff. All that right there is muffed up brick wall right there, guys. All right, now here we go. Just pay attention to the sides, the walls, the arches over their heads and stuff. You're going to see all kinds of cool stuff here. All brick right there. Everything you're looking at. All right. Look. Look. All right, stop it right here. Okay, if you see where his hand is on the left-hand side, you will see his hand is on a solid, what looks like a solid wall that runs up to janky rock. That's because the rest of this tunnel used to look like what the earlier part of the tunnel looked like. This is all cooked out. Everywhere you see him putting his hands, all red brick. Okay,
Yeah.
get out.
This wall is, yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, that one, see how it goes up so far, and then the rest of the roof is chewed off, see?
Yeah. Stopped right here.
Yep.
It goes all the...
Exactly, dude. This is what I'm saying.
And what's the transition on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Right here, yeah. You can see.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this video. This was good. And it gets better, too. He gets into more crazy-looking stuff. But right here, brick wall, guys. It just went from, you saw how muffed up the wall was a few steps back, right here to brick, where you can still make it out. Now, his hand on the left-hand side by his left leg is the same as the wall that's across from him, but this wall got muffed up. It looks like Jagger Cave kind of stuff that we're going to look at in a little while.
Yeah. exactly.
Good catch on that, Shapu. I'm glad you stopped it there. That's one of the spots I wanted to stop too.
And you can really see it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was a all straight wall before, and then now it's good. And here and all
And
of
there, look.
yeah, all
Yep.
of this, yeah,
You could still make out some bricks in the upper right-hand corner there,
yeah,
going into that gray matter looking stuff over here in the right. Yeah, right there. You just went over it. Something like that right caught my eye.
yeah.
Welcome, DJ. I'm glad you're here. I miss seeing you.
You can see here it's turning to the
Oh, and look at the arch. All of it. It's all brick. All of that's brick, guys. They didn't just go halfway up the wall and start bricking, okay? Or maybe they're not mining. They're just bricking. Now look at this fucking room he climbs into. Because a lot of people say, well, it's just tunnel after tunnel. Where's all the rooms at? Here's a room right here. Look at it. It's all cooked out brick. Look at the arch right there. Come on.
amazing this place. Wow.
Oh, I was just loving this video. So I'm definitely got to play this one. Because that is just cooked out wall right there. Again, brick. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at this. All the way up here. All bricked up.
yeah.
And it continues. Right there above that. Okay. Where he just looked over at that other hole. You can see the top of it's all brick right there. Look at that. Okay. Look, that's obvious, right? Everything else around it is as well. It is the same.
Yeah.
You can even see it on the floor a little. Trying to decide which way to go here, but they see a bunch of stuff once they go through one of these holes a little bit.
Oh man, that's
It's tight.
yeah.
Look at that fucking brick. I don't know about skeletons, Roman.
Skeletons.
All right, so he just popped through here. Again, more melted brick. You could go through a little bit further here. Speed it up just a little. Oh, what's that? Is that a brick? What is that? Look like a brick to me.
Yeah, big clump of brick. You can see that this.
Deborah says all the blasting and bricking stuff. Who has time to mine? Yeah, they're not miners. They're brickers. Now, these guys are dedicated, man. They really get in there. Look at this, guys.
No, he's not sure if he wants to go in that hole.
Look, you can see what looks like mortar snot running out that side there, running down.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, we can go a little further up. So, see what we see here.
I think it's
Almost over there.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see the next one we're going to go to now.
Yeah, this one was crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so there was that one. Oh, now I want you to bring up the picture of the. Oh, what's this? Are they coming out here? Wow, that was all melted brick too.
Where's this coming out?
So they got such good videos, guys. You should check out their stuff. I'll drop the link in the chat here. The picture you made for me with the melted steps, I want to bring that up. You did a really good job on that, Chapeau. And I'm going to definitely use that on Saturday to show everybody meltification, or at least one example of it. Because, you know, some of these sites, they try to say, oh, you know, like in castles where there's melted steps, they'll be like, oh, the soldiers ran up and down the steps so many times they wore the steps out. Really? How come all our steps on all the Capitol buildings and everywhere else, everywhere you go, are not all worn down from all of our traffic all day, every day? They're not. Yep. I mean, that's a really good one, that one in Egypt. I mean, it's clearly running down over itself and spilling down the steps.
Yeah, and they say it's because, oh, there's an opening and something. But I took it from a video, and in the video it goes and see there's more steps behind this. It's a corner. And
Yes.
this one goes up and it's the same.
Well, one of their excuses was the high traffic use of these stairs too.
Yeah.
But you know, look at the way they're running down. It's melting. You clearly anybody with half a brain can see that this is melted. But when they give you their mainstream excuse of archaeology and what this is, you know, then that's what gets anchored into your memory, because, you know, they're the authority, they know best, and they've studied this stuff.
Yeah.
Here you got some more melted steps.
Yeah.
I don't know who's carving melted steps.
This one, Petra. You can still see some of it. It's still okay.
Yeah, and then those one on that side looks like the Egyptian ones, where they're just kind of running down and spilling over each other.
Yep.
And the one right there next to it with those melted steps, that's the castle one with the narrative that the soldiers running up and down the steps did that. That they used those steps. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that lie anymore. Not even if it's on sale. No bueno.
You got another picture. You can see the mortar lines going all the way from this side to this side, all straight.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Again, here some more melted steps. You know, they'll say again it's from traffic or some kind of water erosion. It's just not happening.
Yep, you can see that. This one is not traffic for sure, and it's all melted too. So.
Yep. So melted steps are a really good example of this X Factor event, extreme heat event, because you can find melted steps everywhere, guys, just like we find melted buildings everywhere. But if people can't see the melted buildings, start off with melted steps, because you can't unsee these melted steps. This is a really good one too, Chapeau.
Yeah, this is the one I was telling you about. You can see the brick lines from side to side.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Yeah. It's all melted over it. But you can still see a little bit right here.
Right, like the molding on the steps. Okay, so we see steps today, like at the Capitol buildings and stuff like that. Those are moldings that are over the stairs that are made of brick.
Yeah.
You'll see this even in different government buildings. You go up and down the steps. So that looks like molding and step. Like the molding didn't melt away; it melted down over the step with it.
Yeah, like this.
Yep.
Same type. You can still see the blocks going into the steps, but this it's just
This
great.
place is huge.
Yeah.
Now imagine, okay, because we know this is a melted building, right? Imagine this underground, and they would call it a cave with a massive chamber in it, an open chamber space like that, a deep gorge within it. They have these places in England. One of the deepest holes in a cave descent is in England. I just looked at the video the other night. And everything in there is just completely melted. It's just unbelievable. But there's these huge, massive chambers that you can almost imagine if you know, you see these futuristic movies or Life on Other Planets, supposedly, where they have these massive, beautiful buildings that go reach into the sky. And it's like a building within a building within a building with, you know, you can look straight up through the building, almost like it has its own biosphere and stuff. Oh, dare I say, Tower of Babel-ish kind of construction and stuff. But if these things melt down and chambers get left open and chasms and stuff, this is what you have when you have these deep caves with these huge caverns and stuff like that. It's the interiors of the building space that did not close up all the way.
Yes. Yeah. I was drinking, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Okay, so let me see here. Let me just scroll up a little. This picture here I wanted to share with everybody. I'll resend this one to you. I thought this was interesting. I don't know where this is. You may recognize it, Shapu. I thought the staircase was absolutely amazing and very interesting, especially considering that these mountains, the ones we're about to show in this picture, are melted buildings. You would expect these types of buildings to have staircases that would reach up this far and stuff.
Yeah, it's Skellig something, where they shot Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the new one, the not the last one, but the one before the last one.
I got you. I wish I could zoom in on this, guys, but if you're watching at home, you got a big screen or something, you'll be able to see it pretty good. And clearly everything around it's melted.
It's called Skellig Michael. I just remembered.
Okay.
Maybe I can bring it up. Do I have it? No.
Now, a lot of these stairs, melted steps and stuff, you can see some of them in a lot of these caves. They'll just adapt them into their pathway that they take you on in their tours and stuff, like Mammoth Cave and stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe I could bring it. I think I have got Skellig Michael right here. 2 seconds. If it can load.
Hey, what's up? Just saw this, clicked on it when I was driving, but it just closed. I'm going to send Steve the StreamYard link, see if he wants to come on. I don't know. He said he's just getting done work, so we'll see how this goes. Man, my allergies are kicking up. Pollen is crazy around here right now.
Oh, yeah, I know. Here it's only raining and it's still cold. So.
Ugh. Yeah, the pollen has been laying around for a while and stuff, even though it's rain, like different places where the rain doesn't wash it away, and it gets real abrasive and chalky kind of after. When it first lands and it's fresh, it's like powdery, like everything feels slippery, like powder on your fingers. And then a few days later, a week later, if it's still sitting around, it gets very, like kind of like bread soft in the beginning, but if you sit bread out, it gets very hard and brittle. It's like the pollen gets, and it's just so scratchy on the eyes and the back of your throat and everything, and you just gotta wipe everything down. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I know. Look, you can see that they're just playing Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Place. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at how muffed up and melted that stuff is, guys. Scotland has a lot of stuff that looks like this.
Yeah, I think it's near Scotland.
Okay.
Just an island off Scotland. And you can see their ruins and
melted steps. Can't forget those.
With bricks that goes inside the mountain, you know. So,
nothing to see here.
Here. Yeah.
Just a natural cave.
Yeah. Ruins on the side of the mountain with no way to go there.
Yeah, like what is that all about? Can we zoom in on that anymore?
Yeah, it's getting blurry though.
Dude, that's crazy. That kind of reminds me of Herodium a little bit.
Yeah, kind of.
Like a small little sliver of it.
Like another.
Oh yeah, Chimera. you did a liver flush and stuff, bladder flush. I should do that. I've been drinking coconut milk and almond milk. I really like that stuff. Coconut milk. If you're having trouble going to the bathroom, drink some coconut milk. You'll be fine.
Buy the coconut milk out of a can or a carton?
No, I get the silk coconut milk.
No, okay.
Now zoom in on this because this looks like wood. Is this wood?
Oh, it's the same stone steps.
I know. No, I'm just saying the way it's so cooked out, it looks like it's wood laying on itself, like wood, pieces of wood.
Yeah. Looks like it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And this is not a dragon. It's just
Is that what they say that is, a dragon?
at some point you can see like it looks like a dragon.
I see it there. Like it's ready to take off. I gotcha.
Yeah. I got it. And there's all these ruins on top of this place
Wow.
that you actually see in the movie, you know.
Look at this, guys. This almost looks like Machu Picchu, but they're like beehive looking things.
Yeah.
And it looks just like everything we see in the slate mines. Okay. They tell you it's the slate mines. They built all this stuff and everything. They're just muffed up houses that they've refurbished for management of whatever it is, the slate that they're mining out of the mine. It wasn't originally slate. It was all brick. It just got cooked to the point where they call it slate now. And now we use it for other things.
So this is the actual island.
Wow. Wow. That is muffed up.
Yeah.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg, or tip of the melted building, I should say.
Exactly.
Oh, this is epic right here. Look at this, guys. Okay, let's look at to the left. To the left of the screen is exactly what you saw in that mine that those guys were going through when he put his hand on the wall. All that is the same as we saw in all these fucking mines and some of the caves and stuff. Stacked stuff everywhere. But it was actually originally all perfect brick.
Yeah. Look at this melt.
Wow.
Yeah,
These are really cool looking. I've never seen these before.
No. I never did any post of this place either.
Is this like a little cemetery? What was that right there? Is that a garden? What's going on? Are those tombstones?
No, there's nothing written. They're just placed. But you know they've shot the movie there, so maybe they have.
Oh, maybe they put some stuff up there. Maybe stuck it into the ground and make it stick up.
Here you can see like the dragon.
It does look like a dragon now that you mention it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's going on? Yeah. Oh yeah. And I've got some drone footage on the other side.
Oh, nice. I love me some drone footage.
You can see from up high that but as you see that they're much more blurry than real pictures.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I can't believe how muffed up that stuff is.
Yeah. That's how you get in from both.
Yeah, they're not ancient. They're not ancient. Or they're not, ancient ruins. They're just ruined from the X Factor event that happened probably not as long as they want us to think anything happened. I'm thinking within the last 500 years. Possibly even shorter than that. Maybe within the last 250 years. Maybe around 1776 could be a good marker point for some sort of type of an ending and new beginning. Also, I'd like to mention, ever since it would seem this X Factor event did happen, the new order that took over afterwards, because we got all the Romanovs who took over and everything and split everything up and all that, and then you got the royal bloodlines and stuff. You always see the phoenix rising. Now 1776 was the end of the millennial reign, if you want to go that route, and the beginning of Satan's short season, or he would look at it as Satan's reign, because Satan wants to be like the Most High. And then you have a millennial reign that is ending and something else that's starting. And what happened was there was a extreme heat event. Things melted down. Buildings turned to ash. Even you see that in Sodom and Gomorrah. And what happens? The phoenix rises from the ashes. The phoenix is Lucifer. It's Lucifer rising, and they've been using that all this time throughout his short season. Just saying.
Exactly. And they have tempered with the
Because
time frame so many that we don't even know which what is and which is what. Yeah.
Well, because I always knew the phoenix was rising from the ashes. I know what it's doing. I see the motif, but I never understood why they were actually using that until I started to realize about this ending of the millennial kingdom, the beginning of the short season, and in and around the ending of the millennial reign and the devastation of that may have taken place after that, and the Lucifer coming onto the scene. He would want all this stuff destroyed. You know what I mean? He would want to go around and bomb all this stuff and everything and get rid of it all and rename everything and all this stuff. Never having us the reminder that anything did happen. Then we bring in geology and start renaming all this stuff. So what are these melted buildings are actually taught to us as natural geological features. So we never know what actually happened. And we have this type of amnesia to the past and how far back this timeline actually goes. That's a perception deception as well, putting something so far removed from us that it was 2,000 years ago or 5,000 years ago, or took millions of years to form. It's the same with space. Everything's millions of light years away. These astronomical numbers that people just don't really relate to. And just, they just kind of chalk it away as, these are authorities and they have a field of study and they know better than I do. I didn't go to college for this. But when you start to look at things with new eyes, you start to see the Earth's flat. There's no such thing as space. And I have to say that these natural geological features that we've been told about are not what they've told us. Whether you think that there's something else, maybe a tree stump or a giant or a melted building, clearly we can all agree that these things are not what they've told us. I've proved that with Vesuvius. At least in my opinion, I've proved it. Put a 1 in the chat if you think I've proved that Vesuvius is not a volcano. Put a 2 in the chat if you still think I have some work to do.
No, and they don't want you to know that there was a peaceful timeline, that everybody was getting along and working together toward a prosperous world. Then
exactly.
They want to,
I agree 100%.
Yeah, and divide us and make us fight each other for them because they can't.
Okay, so what we're going to go to next, Shapu, is a website that I'm going to have you open up. Thank you, guys. I see all the ones in the chat. Thank you so much. I love you guys. We're going to go to this website, Shapu, and look at the Icelandic volcano. They've got really, really good high-definition pictures on this site. And so since it's not a moving video, there's perfect clarity, and we can see everything really well. So I figured we'd go over these pictures. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you. Okay. So here we're going inside the Icelandic volcano. We've done live streams on this, and we're just going to, would you be able to zoom in on any of this stuff, Shapu? Are you able to do that here at all?
A lot now.
There you go. Now, if you just hit the X on that, it'll go away. You don't have to hit OK. There you go. All right. That's what I wanted to do. Perfect. Yes. All right. So I'm going to let you start off, Shapu. You tell me what you see. We're in Iceland in a volcano now.
In a volcano? This is inside a volcano?
This is inside a volcano.
Yeah.
Never mind that it looks like every other cave and mine we just been in. We're in a volcano now.
They would tell you that what lava made this. Lava just stagnant in a harsh kind of way. No, it was a building for sure. You can see everything.
I definitely think there's a cyclical nature. Excuse me, Shapu, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I do think that there's a cyclical nature to this plane and the events that take place themselves. We used to call them pole shifts when we were on a ball hurtling through space. but it seems to be more like maybe a frequency shift on the flat plane, because we don't really have poles. But if you look at the pole star, which is Polaris, and then you follow that straight down into the interior of our plane, and the flip side of it, there seems to be a black sun on the other side. And those two seem to be connected somehow energetically with frequency tuned to each other. And they may have a cyclical nature to where they flip positions, or at least come down to a point where they are able to have an electrical discharge with each other. And that may affect our sun and moon when that happens, which may fry the grid system. And if we're not in a very good spiritual state when all this is happening, since we are lings of the earth, we are earthlings, we are lings of the grid system, we have an effect on this place. And if they keep us trapped in fear and fear-based mentality, fear is a mind killer, and that may also bring on an even more devastating shift, red shift, blue shift, whatever you want to call it, pole shift. Now, if we're in a good state of mind and everything's going great, when this cyclical thing happens and humanity's in a good place, it may not be as severe. So, and Shapu came up with that theory, which is, I think, is amazing. It fits right into all this, because we play a major part in all this, guys. We play a major part in this. Our energy does matter. We do affect things. We are co-creators here on this plane, and that's been kept from us, just like all this other stuff has been kept from us.
Yeah, exactly. We're not just here to go to work and, prosper the government. We're here to strive and find out why we are here, and just not waste
and discover and there's a whole nother way of living that we are so not accustomed to, and we can't even probably wrap our heads around, because people live in big cities and all this stuff on very small plots of land, relying on the system to feed them, to clothe them, and everything like that. They just get up and go to work every day and come home, hope to get out for a vacation, or maybe get lucky on the weekend once in a while. That's no way to live. That is not living. That is not living at all. But we are conditioned and under perception deception to think that that is living. And if the more money that you make, the better off you are, the better you're living. You're not living. It's just not true. Anyway, we're going to move on with these pictures here.
Yeah, and that's why schools exist, just to prep you for for the future life of working and following orders.
Yep.
That's all. Do you want to read something, or just?
No. We're just going to scroll down. It's just hang on a second. I got to close my window real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. Just like the one we saw with the ape cave, same thing. You can see some kind of an arch or a floor. It just gave in. You can see some.
Yes. So
here. Yep.
this is on their way to the volcano. They haven't gotten inside it yet. I think this is one of the outer parts. But you can see how melted the ground is. And yes, there's all these underground chambers and stuff. They try to say they're lava tubes and all this stuff like that. But when you zoom in and you really examine the meltification going on here, you can make out structure. You can see melted steps and brick patterns, all this stuff.
Yep. And you can see that this is just a cave-in. This was probably the top of this build, like the floor.
And it collapsed down, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sue, welcome. Hey, Melanie, what's going on? Welcome, Bill. Glad to see you here. And it's okay to agree to disagree on anything that we're talking about, okay? I'm totally okay with it. Everybody has their theories. I'm just saying what my theories are, because we're on my show. So here they're getting ready to head into the volcano, heading towards it. They got to walk over this melted field of building here.
What's left of it, yeah. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
This is the supposed volcano?
Yeah, this is where we're headed.
Nice.
We're going in. It's going to be awesome. Okay, this is where they show you, like, you know, you're going to descend through that cone right there and head down and go explore. If you zoom in, okay, if you look up, yeah, but right down on the kind of like midway section on the right, it looks like a destroyed brick wall right there. Yeah, follow that down right there. Yeah, see all that right there? Right there. Yep, you're circling it.
All this rubble, you know.
Yep. A lot of right angle rubble all around, even on Mauna Loa. Wait till we get to Mauna Loa, guys. Right angle fucking lava rock everywhere. It's because it's not lava rock, it's brick. Okay, so here, if you pay attention to the walls before they descend in, you can see a lot of stuff going on. Right by the lady with the green shirt, you can see the brick pattern behind her.
Yeah. Can see here some kind
Thank
of.
you, Bill. I appreciate you, and you do amazing work on your end too. I really like your style. All right, we can go to the next one. Okay, this is a good one here because he's looking up as he's descending. If you look this rim wall here, you can see the brick pattern. You can also see some indented brick even. That's indicative of Vesuvius. You see that in Vesuvius all the time.
Yep.
Okay, we're going down a little further.
Yep.
Got heat striations there.
So did they say when was the last time that this volcano supposedly erupted?
I'm sure there's that information out there on it. But this is like one of the extinct ones, you know, inactive ones that don't.
Just like Mount Fuji, the last time that it popped was BC, you know. So it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's always the case. Now look at this, guys. Look at this stuff. They're descending down. Look at this wall behind them. Okay, you can see the little carriage with them in it right there. They're coming down still. And they haven't reached the bottom yet. And there's that huge wall behind them.
Oh my God.
I mean, just look at it. Can we zoom in on any of this?
I don't know. I'm on 300%, 400%.
Okay, that 400% is great. Again, does that look like a volcano to you? Put a 1 in the chat if this looks like a volcano. Put a 2 in the chat if
So if this is a volcano, this chamber would have been filled with lava to go out. You know, it's crazy.
Exactly. Put a 2 in the chat if you see, brick patterns here. This picture right here is really good. This one's very telling. You can see the brick everywhere. Once you know and understand what the melted brick looks like and how it cooks out, you can see it, guys.
Look at this. You've seen the same on the side of some castle. Same formations.
Yes.
What is this?
Okay, here we go. This is interesting. I don't know what this was on the wall, but this could have been something on the wall that was different than the material around it that's still yellowish looking. This was probably some kind of, I mean, who knows what it could have been? It could have been some kind of metal piece. It could have been something with a lot of iron in it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think these could have been like fixtures to the walls or technology in the walls or something like that.
It's been hit more than the rest. Mm-hmm. Must be a lot of iron content, like you said, yeah.
Yeah.
Or other type of metals.
This is a good one right here.
Yeah.
If you look in the upper right-hand corner, scroll back up a tiny bit. There's a brick pattern there on the wall. You can see it. And then
variation.
Yes.
It's hard to say, but you know it was really big. You know, like this thing must be like 20, 30 feet across, maybe.
Yeah, it's not small. This little spot here, it's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, the colors in this volcano is crazy.
Yes, they're amazing pictures. Well, we scroll through that one again, yeah, because we already, they're just down a little further. It gives you a perspective of how big it is.
Yeah, it's huge.
I don't know what that thing was. I mean, who knows? It's so melted away and stuff, but it's different. than this. It's like when I found the statue head in Vesuvius. That whole area with the statue head was different than the composition around it.
Oh, yeah, maybe some machinery or something.
Right.
Even this like curved thing is crazy.
Okay, now here, this is it. This is when we first watched the video, guys. If anybody's been with me this long, when they descended down in the video and those guys were standing there talking, we all kept saying, look at the brick wall behind the guys. Well, this picture is one of the clearest pictures I've gotten so far. Can you scroll up a tiny bit on it? There we go. Okay, you see it all there. Okay, great. So you can clearly see, or at least I can, a complete brick pattern there running right through the wall.
Yeah, from here to here, just a straight line.
Exactly. And that is amazing evidence to me. And clearly we're not in a volcano here.
What is this?
Look at all these right angles everywhere. Let me go down a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
I guess this is looking down from above, looking down at them or something. Okay, here is a melt pattern of brick right here. You can see how.
Look at this, all this rubble that comes from the top of the building. Just so, how can it be a volcano? If
That's what I'm saying. There's no outflow of anything. It just looks like any other cave system that we've shown you or anything like that.
yeah, oh yeah, right here.
Yes. And that kind of reminds me of that melted brick in that fort in Russia, the way that looked.
Yeah.
There's a nice arch there. It looks like an archway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Where are they again?
Iceland. I don't know what that is. Is that a koala bear? I don't even know what that is.
Looks like a lemur.
Lemur?
A lemur, yeah.
Look at his little leg curling around like that. I always have 33 watching holistic. I don't know how that always happens, but I always seem to have 33 watching.
Oh, maybe it's a baby wolf. Look.
Oh, it is. Look. So cute. All right, we'll keep going past the cuties and back to the stuff.
So nice.
He's a cute one. Look, he's like, dude, this is so melted.
Yeah.
They know it's melted.
Oh, he's alone.
They know the Earth's flat too.
Oh, I think he's
a cutie pie.
again.
Yeah, see, you can see it everywhere. I mean, this looks like a devastated arch that's melted down.
Yeah.
Some type of bridge, maybe.
Yeah, a bridge could possibly be, yeah.
Okay, so here I think they're just heading back out. Scroll down a little bit more. I don't know if you see any other pictures. Oh, no, that's it. Okay. Okay, so from there, we're going to go to Mauna Loa. Let me scroll back up here and resend you Mauna Loa. I think I sent it to you. Yeah, we're going to get that set up. But Shapu, I'm going to go take a bathroom break. So I'm going to put a song on real quick and we'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. And we're going to get into Mauna Loa.
You can put your promo for... Is this weekend?
Yes, it's on Saturday. I don't have an exact time yet, but I don't think it's going to be like a public stream or anything. It's, you know, you have to buy tickets and stuff.
No, it's just a link to a picture.
Oh, it's only one picture there? Hold on a second. There should be a whole link going with this. Let me see here. Oh, no. Open in Chrome. Let me see if I can get the whole site to come up. Oh, that's not good. Man. All right. Well, we're going to put this song on and then I'll figure out that site because we got to go through that for sure.
All right.
All right. I'm going to take us out of the stream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This song about the Babylon system. Listen to the lyrics of this song. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. We need love and unity. Yeah, this is time. We need love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah, now this is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. Now this is time. We need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. Now this is time. We have to wake up and change the world. As the results of 2,000 years of hypocrisy, ego-driven leaders in pursuit of property, power and wealth and fame, oppressing and murdering, killing all in God's name. Iniquity spread across the nation. Humanity is into separation. In the midst of a darkest hour, we rise to reclaim our power. In this time, we love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. In this time, we need education, more than bullets and bombs. We say we not give up, not give up. Oh no, we not give it. Not give it. Not give up. They achieve their mission using dirty politicians, brainwash education, war on religion, racial division, food with no nutrition. Hey, this is the Babylon system. Their intention to use all their wicked invention, all the propaganda promoting consumerism and silent distraction, only misdirection to break eye connection. But if you want come from me, make you know say what I want. This is how I get you ready for the Armageddon. I'm in for the revolution, power, love and compassion. Cause if we go at them with weapons, then they have more guns. Go at them with money, then they have more funds. With unification, then time soon done. We owe to our daughters and sons in a decent time. This is time. We need love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. This is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. This is time. We need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. This is time. We have to wake up and change the world. This is time. We need love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. This is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. This is time. We need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. This is time. We have to wake up and change the world.
God, that was quick. It's a little too quick. Oh, I can't find this site. I'm having trouble. I thought I sent it to you. Is there any way, if you're back, Shapu, you can
Yeah.
Can you search that image that I sent you? See where it takes you back to? I don't know if you're able to do that or not. I could have swore I shared the site, but I didn't, I guess.
The site, no. I tried to save it and search for it.
see what this one does.
Because I went to the site that the pictures is from, but there's a lot of things.
Oh, they had really good pictures too. Hold on, I think maybe I found it. I don't know. Is this it? Thanks.
Is it the Russian site?
I don't think so. Is there good pictures on that one?
I don't know. I didn't click on
Oh.
it.
Let me see this one here.
No.
Yeah, it took me forever to find it earlier too, and now I'm like, "Fuck! You told me I didn't send it to you."
I don't know. Usually it goes to a site, but this one just brings up one picture.
All right, this might be the site I'm looking for here. Okay, I remember all that. Oh, please have Jagger Cave in here. A lot of people don't like to talk about Jagger Cave. I don't know why. It's really hard to find, even just in pictures. I'm going to mute for just a second here.
Just looking in the chat. So did you find it? Yeah. Nope. You're muted. Okay. I've got one. Too bad that didn't work right away. We'll get there. Yeah.
I think I found it. I'm so excited. All right, I'm sending you this site.
You just sent me another one. I just
forget that other site that I sent you. We're going with this one. This is what I've been looking for. Hang on a second. Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're going to go over Mauna Loa. Also, Mauna Loa is one of the first volcanoes that they ever bombed. Remember, Shapu? We were looking up the bombing of these volcanoes and the bombardiers and stuff for the volcanoes. Mauna Loa was one of the first ones they did it to.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Trying to get rid of all this stuff, guys. They were redirecting a lava field, they say. I'm not buying that story.
No, and I agreed with the geologists. They say that it couldn't be done, so...
Like, why even bother? But they just kept bombing the shit out of it anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to make this big. We're going to look at Mauna Loa. It's in Hawaii. It's got an elevation of around 14,000 feet, maybe little give or take. So we just start scrolling down these pictures here.
They got ruffles.
Yeah, they're on their way. They're getting ready to travel up the trail here. Okay, so here we want to pay attention to what's going on either side of the road. I don't know if you're going to be able to zoom on any of this, Shapu.
I'm already zoomed at.
Okay, all right, that's
300%.
great. So tell me what it looks like to you on either side of this road.
Looks like there was something there, but now it's not. And it's all muffed up.
All muffed up. I love it. It looks very reminiscent to the walls we saw in the mines. And I want you to pay attention to this, right? So let's just give these people the benefit of the doubt and say that, well, they put a road through here, Jen. They just shuffled all this stuff off to the side, and it just happens to form this muffed up looking wall, right? They got lucky. Okay, pay attention to this stuff because you're going to see this stuff all along the way. And it's not just carving out a trail neither. You're going to see it off in the distance, near other things. So I just want to make sure you guys see that and pay attention to the surroundings and the areas we're going to be looking at here. So here they're
Okay,
see
I
some
see.
stuff. They're just starting out on the trail here, but yeah, in this front part, you can see some stuff here a little bit. And again, here you can start to see right angle stuff. It's just so the road goes through this massive lava field. What they say is a lava field.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of right angles to me, but you know, we'll just skim through that and see what we see around these people as we're seeing their pictures. Like in the background here, scroll back up. In the background, this guy with the blue jacket on, you can see what looks like some brick-ish type stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like we saw on Mount Fuji.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So again, you can see on the sides of the roads, it looks like a wall, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll just say, you know, maybe they shuffled this stuff off to the side to make the road, you know.
It looks like all them single pieces. If it was really a lava field, should be with just one. You know, just big one piece.
You would think, but no, not on Mauna Loa. No.
No.
This volcano pumps out right angle fucking lava rocks. They built Jagger Cave with them. Okay, yes, we can keep scrolling. Scroll down a little further. This is just them like the night before getting ready to go. It's a personal journal of their trip up here. Not much to see on the few.
So there's all these trees there.
Yeah, apparently it gets started up there, and at certain levels, it had growth come back, I guess, on parts of it. Now they say this is an active volcano. The only thing that I ever really see is giving off a little poof of smoke here and there in little tiny sections at the very top, which could be very easily faked with, like, you know, some kind of incendiary smoke bombs. Look at that, guys. What's that look like? Looks melted as fuck to me. Just saying.
Yeah, but it could be still some residual heat from what they did.
All right, let's look behind her here. Okay, all right, granted, she's taking a pose here, but it looks like we got some melted steps and then some, you know, melted steps over that way going up to whatever this tree thing is here. And then you got a boulder field behind her on the other side with all these right angles and stuff.
Yeah. Boulders here and melt here.
Exactly.
So who came here to break all this lava flow into blocks? You know?
Exactly. That's what I want to know. All right, so here she's actually going up the melted steps. Or at least the part of the building that melted down. It looks like melted steps to me. Pretty melty looking.
Yes.
But Jen, we're on a volcano. Of course it's going to be melted. Okay. All right. Well, just hang tight. You'll see some more stuff.
Yeah, but usually it's black.
This is true. This is very true. That's very true.
That's very true.
Okay, so this is one of those things where they stack the stones because they hike, and hikers do this. This is a thing. Hikers do this, and I get it. But the things that we're going to see later on down the road aren't just some regular old stacked stones. We're going to get to those. Look at this. Look at these right angles.
No, why?
I mean, what? Is this like a melted tile floor? What is this? I don't even know.
No, there's nothing that you can identify now. Man.
Okay, yeah, we can go past this one. It's kind of GoPro-y-ish. Okay, so there's those stacked stones that we just saw in the last picture, but You can see here everything's melted away and stuff, melted over other things. There could be a lot of stuff under this meltification, guys.
Yeah, the color is just what?
Okay, so here, if you can see, like in the front part of the picture closest to us, you can see a brick pattern on the ground there.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
You know, I have like a same place in my area. It looks exactly like this. There's no volcano.
Mm-hmm. No volcano.
What is this?
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh,
bless you. Another little stacked thing of what they say people stack up stuff because, to let people know they were there. I don't know. It's a thing for hikers. And
yeah, they take blocks and put it there. We'll find the squarest one and we build with it.
So here's supposed to be a collapsed lava tube.
So the color's changing from
like a mud color look to this more grayish look. Yeah. And it has that slate kind of look to it there on that one part.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like flattened out part there. A lot of right angles going around the ridge of this thing. Okay, this is one of the lava tubes that they were able to get into. You would expect a lava tube, at least I would, for it to be smooth all the way through, or maybe, with this, because when you have extreme heat, you have viscosity and you have vitrification. This does not, this looks like anything you would see in a cave, what they call caves, with the rubble on the floor and stuff. And it's red. Yes, Aurora Dawn. Okay, so now we're getting a little further along and you're starting to see more stacked stones, but I want you to pay attention to the stacked stones. Granted, hikers may have stacked these things like these little ones here. I will say yes, they probably did that, but look at the stones themselves. They just happen to start now coming upon right angle stones everywhere that seemingly fit perfectly together. Or balanced really well, at least. So, they're not just all misshapen, janky volcanic rock. These are right angle, flat, brick-looking stones.
Yeah. You can see like the curtain, the rock curtain right here.
Uh-huh.
Is there some breaks? Here, what's this?
Yeah. The devil's in the details with these pictures. And with the trained eye, and we all have the eagle eye now, you know what you're looking at. You can spot it because there's no way you can unsee it. And of course, when we get to Jagger Cave, that's just some next level.
Yeah, when you get like a clump of like this with right angles and stuff, you better question it and look at it. Yeah.
Now look at this. We're back to looking like a mud flood here or something. A melted mud flood.
Yep.
Interesting. I don't know what these two are doing. But the ground's all muffed up.
Yeah. Look at this and this. It's not even the same. This is the kind of rocks or bricks, melted bricks that I found in my area.
That's interesting. That does not look like, maybe somebody stacked that up. But you can see how hot this was. You can see the expansion holes in it, the viscosity of it. This was an extreme heat event, but it's not the extreme heat event they want you to think. As far as I'm concerned, with all the structure that I'm about to show you up here, this had to have been a man-made structure that they now call a volcano like Vesuvius. And for whatever means or reason, they're able to make these things look like they pop off to further their volcanology and geology lie that these things are the way they are. Well, would they go to that much trouble? They fucking sure wouldn't. They bomb them. They fly over and shoot bombs into them, right? And then they also do this thing where they put people in rockets and shoot them up in the air and tell you they're going to space. They do that all the time too. And there used to be people that would go and watch these things actually take off. I've actually even seen it take off from my house in Florida. So I know that they would waste their time and money doing that to fool us. You think it'd be no big thing for them to pop off one of these melted buildings and say it's a volcano. They have the mixture, right, Shapu?
Yep.
They have the concoction. They know how to do it. They can't let you know that these are melted buildings. They would have to explain that and the enormity of these things themselves and what really happened. They cannot let you for a second think that these things are anything but mountains and volcanoes and, natural rivers and falls and all this stuff like that, like Niagara Falls and everything.
Yeah.
You should look at the Niagara Falls portal and start looking underneath Niagara Falls. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on there.
Yeah, exactly. So what were they doing before they created NASA? They had to do another put their money on another psyop, and it was this.
It was this.
They did it for a long time before with their armies and their giant boats and artilleries. And maybe I zoom out a little bit. This picture is really big. Oh, I clicked on it.
Well, Jen, I kind of see what you're saying there. I also think that if the narrative for Noah is a real narrative, and they were more likely to take away from the Bible than to add to it, and I assume it would probably have been a lot easier for them to edit things out than to add things in, because if you add something in, then you got to add even more in down the line to make it all make sense. Now, what if there was more than one ark? That would it would sit a little better with you than Noah and these 8 people and all these animals shoved into it. Okay? For me, I think there was more than one ark, but they don't want you to know that. And we've found ships that look exactly like Noah's Ark all over the place. And I don't mean the modern ones that are made today for tourism.
Right.
All right, here we go. Another stacked structure. The narrative is on these things is that they're either windbreakers or hikers are stacking them because it's a thing. But they somehow managed to find all right angle rocks to do all this.
Yeah, it looks like they just put the square ones on top of each other. And they forgot this one. It's too big for them to lift, I guess.
Right? And look at all that red in the background.
Yeah.
Lots of red. None of us will ever truly know. We can only theorize and surmise and speculate and all that stuff. And I think it's a good thing to do those. A lot of people don't like to speculate. They like empirical evidence and facts. And I think Shapu and I and Steve and Ceiling Fan and a lot of other people, the Facebook pages, Red Brick University and Melted Brick Buildings on Facebook have shown amazing facts and proofs and evidences that there was an extreme heat event here. And it must have happened in the not so distant past because we know they fucked with the timeline. And we can't prove anything past 200 years ago or even 100 years ago, really. All right, so
we find a lot of evidence that something happened not long ago because we had to relearn a lot of things that they supposedly had before, and like oil paintings and how to make statues out of bronze. We kind of lost the way to do it at some point, but we don't know why. Nobody explains it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then they have the World's Fairs, and they have these narratives, these characters that they attribute these awesome inventions to. You never see pictures of Westinghouse or Edison or Tesla in the fairs, at the fairs, explaining their massive, amazing inventions. They're nowhere to be found in any of the pictures. They just write the historical narrative and spoon feed it to us all day long.
Yeah. So they put their tags somewhere where they knew that there was no lava coming on top of it.
Oh yeah, right. So this is a volcanology and all this stuff. They're played there, which is, I think it should say, Jen's School of Meltology across that or something.
Yeah.
Meltology 101.
Yeah, with the triangle with an ion in the middle.
Of course. Yeah, ours won't have that. All right, so they're just kind of camping out here. It's like a midway point. We're going to go down a little further through here, a little bit further, a little further. I know, it's just like this. It's an all-day hike. I guess you got to take a break at some point or something. We're going to keep going a little bit further.
Oh, she just came
Yes. So you're starting to see some stuff here. Now, look off to the very left of the picture, where the arch is starting. Go all the way over to the left, all the way over right down there. At the whole wall right there, and then there's an arch at the very edge of the left of the picture. Either that or that's somebody's arm right there or a shadow. But I'm looking all at the very left of the picture. That's like one big wall, right? Yeah. Is that an arch or is that a shadow?
I don't know. Maybe a shadow.
I'm looking at it with a magnifying glass right now, and it looks like an arch to me. Like a brick arch.
There's another hole. Yeah.
And she's coming out of something right there. Yeah. Like it's rectangular. So that's some interesting stuff right there. Again, we're on Mauna Loa in Hawaii, and it's supposed an active volcano. They want you to believe it's an active volcano. All right. Yeah, we're going to go a little bit further.
What's this?
Let's see what we got here. What's this? Almost looks like a melted statue over there.
Yeah, more than this. Maybe a tower and wall and other towers.
And it looks like it's slumped over on itself. You can see brick pouring out of it. Because right where it turns black after it slopes down from the red, within all that right there, you can see all the right angle bricks. I'm looking at it with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, and this is all the melt.
Yeah. All right, let's pause it right here and look at this. Do you remember when we showed that video of...
I know exactly what you were saying. Yeah.
Okay, you explain it, Chapu, because you showed the video.
Yeah, the two chemical reaction with the stuff. I don't remember exactly what is the product they use, but it created the same kind of structure, or how did you say it? Like the reaction of it created this kind of a
formation.
Formation, exactly.
Yeah, it like spews up and spews out stuff like this and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they could be doing some of this to make it seem more real. I don't know, but this is very interesting. It looked just like that video. See, you can't put nothing past these people. If you figure out that the Earth's flat and they've been faking space this whole time, and they're still doing it right now, and guarantee you they will continue to do it. Right now, they're teaching kids all about space in school, NASA, all this stuff. You don't think they're not going to do that with this type of stuff? Volcanology, geology, they're doing it every day.
Yeah, lately on TV, Jen, they show meteorite, like a big giant meteor coming for the Earth, you know.
Of course.
I've seen it like so many times lately.
Yep. Oh, so many times something was supposed to hit the Earth. It never does. It never does, guys. There's no Planet X out there. It's never coming.
They are like pushing another coming of this type of thing, because they show it in shows and ads on TV, and it's been a while.
I was watching oh God, what was it called? Live Free or Die Hard. And in part of the movie he says, I always wanted to just hit the reset button and melt the system.
Really? Yes.
Yeah, he says that in there. Because he calls it a fire sale, and he's telling them all about the fire sale and everything must go and everything. And well, we did see the fire sale. That was the last 2 years. That was your fire sale. And one of my videos got taken down for, connecting all those dots about the fire sale and everything. But yeah, it's funny he says that about the reset and melt the whole system. And he said melt. He said melt. He didn't say fry the system. He said reset, hit the reset button and just melt the system. I was like, what?
In which one? Which
Live free or die hard.
Live free? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have made a clip from this movie too, when he's in the car and he talks about the news. You still believe the news? Oh,
Yeah,
the news.
it's right after that. It's right after that part, a little ways in, where they're kind of in an alleyway and he's trying to use the phone and he's kind of looking around. He's like, man, like, I can't believe this is happening, or I'm a part of this, or I, did something to help make this happen. And,
Yes.
All right. So here we got more what they call lava fields. And we also showed video on how they make this supposed lava stuff, what it turns into. We've even shown you cooked out brick with this same black glazy stuff on the one side of the brick.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go a little further.
This thing never had the same stuff on it. It's just weird. Just weird.
It's very Vesuvius looking.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the foreground there, or in front of her, is one of these supposed windbreakers. Okay, it's a little higher than the stack stones that you see in lower. They'll call these ones, because they're bigger, they call them windbreakers. That's their official story. Again, I'd like to point out all the right angles and how perfectly stacked it is.
Yeah. And we can see that this flag is not even flowing in any wind.
We're getting close to Jagger Cave here. It's coming up. Once we get past these supposed lava fields. Again, you can see more stacked stuff right there off to the left. That's a little bit smaller one. But where in this lava field are they finding all these right angle fucking rocks to build this shit? Look around, guys. Are they carrying it all with them, shoving it in their bags and hiking it up here? When you get to the very top of Mauna Loa, you'll see some stacked stuff with a brick in it. It's like, where did they get this brick? Who hauled this up here? There's another one. To me, these are little pockets of survival. These are not windbreakers. Could I be wrong? Sure. I could be completely fucking wrong. I'm just telling you what I see. Where's all these right angle fucking rocks coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. Splatter cone.
Okay, splatter cones. Here we go. Oh, did they show the splatter cone already?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, that one. See, okay, this is what I was trying to explain to my mother earlier. So this, now clearly it looks like one of those stacked stone windbreaker things, but when they're more melted down looking and not as stacked, they'll call them a splatter cone, as if it's a natural feature, but it's actually just more remnants of whatever was up there, but it's melted down more. They can't get away with saying it's a windbreaker and somebody stacked it. These are the excuses they come up with for all this stuff.
It's like it's it's just crazy.
Sorry, the writing was so small I couldn't see that one. And that's weird looking. Doesn't it look like a skull or something, or a statue or something?
Yeah, statue head or something. Yeah, could be, but we can't see anything. Yeah, because we have.
Yes. Jen, you're absolutely right. We showed the Fresnel lens on here a while ago, where they were melting stuff with that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move through this picture. Okay, so let's look in the background here. Now
Another
we're starting. Yeah, another splatter cone.
That's another with black stuff. It's crazy.
Oh, we can go past this one too. I'm going to try to get over towards Jagger Cave.
It's different? Why is it different?
That's a good question. There's a lot of different colorings going on up here on this thing. That looks like mud. And then it looks like a completely cooked out. Now, see here, look, as you look down into this little gorge here, you'll start to see what looks like red brick and right angle stuff everywhere.
Yeah. Is what's
I wouldn't be
probably-
surprised if there's all kinds of tunnels down here, all kinds of things like we see in England, guys, probably down below all this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's taking a break. It's exhausting, I know, but we're almost there, I promise. All right. Yeah, we again, that looks like a wall off to the left in the foreground there, running along there. If you go to the left of the picture, yeah,
Yeah,
that that rim there, that looks like a wall to me. I mean, let me get my magnifying glass on it.
Yeah, but as they move closer to the range, it should be even more like lava-y, but looks like there's
Lava-ish.
lava-ish, but no lava between this, it's
Exactly.
but
Very anomalous.
yeah, because it's not.
All right. So, yeah, this got some cooked out stuff here. This stuff's really cooked out.
Yeah, I've got rocks that are the same, and they are actually bricks, melted bricks.
Yeah, I think right there by him is something stacked by his leg there. He's passing through something that's stacked on either
One here
side.
and one here, yeah.
Again, there's right angles stuff.
And another one here.
And yeah, just a random one right there. Are they calling that one a splatter cone?
No, they don't say. But probably if you go there with a guide, he's gonna say, "Look at this spatter cone."
Yeah, because see, somebody would see one of them and be like, "Well, what happened to that one?" And they'll be like, "Oh no, that's just a splatter cone."
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go, another one.
Look, approaching the prehistoric Paho and a spatter cone. Yeah.
Splatter cones, my ass. More structure, guys. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Now, what's this one called? Did they have a name for it? Something trail? Mauna Loa Trail, it says there. Okay. All right, so let's just take a look at this. Look at all these right angles.
House. Yeah. Densely stacked. At least they say it's stacked.
Yeah, but if it was melted over itself some, they would call it a splatter cone.
Yeah.
And how convenient, It's all bullshit. We're at 13,000 feet, guys. We haven't even gotten to Jagger Cave yet. More fucking structure. Where do you see this shit? It's even got melted steps. 13,000 feet.
Wow.
All right, there's another one. Oh no, that's a person. Is that a person? Or is
No. It's another one.
it's another one. Okay, yeah. To me, these are just remnants of the building. All right, we're gonna go down a little further.
Carpet of clinkers. But clinkers are bricks that have been overheated.
Oh, good catch on that one, Chapu. All right, let's go down a little further, see if we get to Jagger Cave.
Hey, it's a long way to Jagger Cave, man.
Okay, look at this. Look at these fucking bricks, guys. We're in a supposed lava field. Look at the materials around you, okay? Where are they getting these fucking right angle bricks to build this shit? Huh? You tell me. You tell me.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just nuts. And Jagger Cave's made of all this stuff. All these things that you see right there is the same as what's going to be in Jagger Cave. This is part of the rim of the caldera, which looks just like Vesuvius.
Yeah.
Of course, they call these sedimentary layers, but yet they want you to believe that lava and fire shoots out of this thing.
No, Jen, it's 10,000 years old.
We still got 33 people here. I see new people coming into the chat, and my thing still says 33 people watching.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, here we go. We got more stacking here.
Wow, look at these bricks. Odin showed these type of bricks maybe not long ago.
Now look at all this. What's all this?
What is
Building a
this?
town up here? Guys, you saw 13,000 feet. We're on Mauna Loa here, okay? And there's fucking structure everywhere. And I'm not talking about the new structure in the background. If you can't see that stupa that's sitting right in front of you there, because it looks like a fucking stupa from India.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
What did they say? They called it a how. Must be a windbreaker. I'm sorry.
What else would it be, right? Why would there be having structure up at 13,000 feet on a volcano? All right, we're getting close. I promise, guys, we're getting close to Jagger Cave. Guess they're taking another break there. I hate those fisheye lenses. They mess up everything. This is part of the supposed caldera rim here.
Oh, okay.
This is what they say it is.
So it takes 2 days to go there. What?
Apparently, it's a long hike up here. All right, we're going to go a little further down. Okay, so let's look where these people are sitting. There seems to be a wall built up there, like against them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saying. Just pointing that out. And of course, somebody could have stacked that up since there's like right angle stuff everywhere. You could build a whole fucking town here. But who's doing that on an active volcano up here to watch it erupt? Okay? And you're all still going up here like it ain't nothing but a thing? Like to do with Vesuvius.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go up. Never mind the sign and how they stack that all up, but we'll just keep going down here. Yeah.
The trail. Where is that trail?
This place is like massive. It's just so much stuff going on up here. No wonder it takes so long, but we're going to scroll down a little further.
Yeah, it's so big.
Here they're walking in the volcano across the, what they're saying is the interior, like flat plane of the caldera, I guess you say. And look, I mean, what is that right there? That looks like some structure right by his white pants. Yeah, there. You just circled it. Let me get my magnifying glass on that. That's crazy looking structure. It actually looks like it circles out too. Yeah. See how it goes around? It looks like follow that brick. Yeah. And follow it all the way around to the front here of our picture closest to us. It looks like a wall that kind of circles around. Yeah. There. And leads around back to that structure where it's stacked. I'm just pointing that out, guys.
Looks like the melt just engulfed all the structure that was there.
All right, let's go a little further down. Yeah, let's go past that.
We're going in hell.
Oh, look, wait. What's this? What's this? Okay, now, can we zoom in on this at all anymore? Okay, guys, there's something really important to point out here with this, okay? Because we're at Jagger Cave now, okay? I want you to pay attention to the guy standing right there with the backpack on. Now, his other buddies might be taking their stuff off and bending over a little, but that guy looks like he's pretty much standing straight up, but he's looking down at his friend. Do you see how high this supposed fucking windbreaker is? Who the hell is getting on their friend's shoulder to climb up there to stack that shit? He's got to be like, what? They'll just say he's 5'8", 5'9", maybe? That's, what? Maybe like...
That must be at least 10, 12, at least.
Yeah,
12.
like 12, 13 feet high?
Yeah.
Right angles everywhere, right? Now, on the other side of this massive windbreaker, you're going to go down into an open air cave that somebody named Jagger built to watch the eruption, okay?
Yeah, maybe he's got a folding ladder in his bag, and we don't know.
Yeah, that must be it. And somebody carried up all these big boulder bricks to stack this thing here. All right, the next picture should be Jagger Cave. All right, guys, this is one of my favorite pictures of all time. This one and the next one. But yeah, here we are. We're at Jagger Cave. I had Shapu make me up a side-by-side of a supposed ancient site. Put that next to this picture, and they're identical. Clearly, you guys can see the brick here in the very front of the picture, because we're standing at the top looking down into it. They haven't shown you the steps yet, but the steps are right here as well. This is all brick, guys. Same stuff you saw in those tunnels in supposed mines. Now watch how it horseshoes around and comes back around this way. This is all brick structure. You saw it. It's right there.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the next picture, because the next picture is even more compelling.
So they say that just the lava just flows just around it, this place.
Yeah, just manages to slope around it there. Okay, so here we have two supposed, maybe a splatter clone on the left and a stack hiker thing on the right. You decide. I don't know, but yeah, it looks like it's part. It looks like it's a leftover entranceway to some structure. Like when you ride up to these palatial estates and stuff, they'll have these two pillars or two brick things, maybe with tech on top of it, flanking the entranceway of whatever it is you're leading into.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me. And I've seen these down at Vesuvius on the way up with their tram cars too. That the same type of stuff. Okay, so I thought they were going to show the steps. Maybe it's the next picture down. They're not showing the freaking steps. I guess that's on another site. Again, more stacked stuff that people just have nothing better to do after hiking up here all day. They're just stacking stuff. Okay, I'll give them a few of them, but not all of them. I'm sorry. I'll have to find the pictures of the steps leading into Jagger Cave. I thought they were on this site, but the one with him sitting down in it is classic. I've used that picture many times.
Oh, geez.
Keep going. What's this? Look. Oh, wait. Is that a brick? Well, clearly we're on the rim of the caldera up here, because you can see that flattened out lava plain interior of the volcano, what they say is volcano to the left of this picture, out in the distance. Who's bringing that brick up here? That's a brick. What do you think, Shapu? Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's a brick. Put a 2 in the chat if you think I need new glasses.
Well, from the look of it, it is a brick, and we've seen like how many pictures from now, and there was no stone like this, you know.
13,000 fucking feet on top of a volcano in Hawaii. You got a brick sitting there? Come on. I'm just saying. I'm not making this shit up. It's right there. There's a brick all day long. That's a brick.
And there's one.
One. Any more ones? What do you guys think it is? You tell me. I'll be the student. You be the teacher. You tell me what it is. Bill, do you have any ideas on what this brick's doing up here at 13,000 feet? I'd love to hear it. I'm just saying. I'm not being funny or anything. I just want somebody to tell me why there's a brick there. Did somebody haul this thing up in their backpack? Did the volcano just spit out a brick one day?
Yeah, just just to put a brick on top. Maybe I understand why maybe you would bring like an angel.
Yeah, the little angel there. I see that, and there's other weird,
Yeah.
muffed up stuff, but you're just going to bring a brick up there? I mean, it looks like a hefty brick. It's not like, a small brick or something, half a brick. Hey, Ray, I see you in here chatting away and stuff. Let's just put the past in the past and leave it there, okay? If anybody has anything to say or whatever, I'm just moving on from all that stuff. I'll just chalk it up to March Madness, okay? Let bygones be bygones, and, everybody just needs to get along. I love you guys. I appreciate everybody, and you did email me, and you did say you were sorry many times. Yes, you did. I acknowledge that. Right now on the show, I'm acknowledging it. He did say he's sorry many times. It just takes me a while to process things and try to figure out what's going on in this world here.
Globe. We're in space.
I don't like to be, put in positions where, I have to make those type of decisions. But, sometimes you have to take a step back and look at stuff. And I think actions speak louder than words. That's where I come from. If you say you're sorry, you say you're sorry. But then, and if you do something that shows that you're not so sorry after you said you're sorry, then I really can't, see how somebody could be sorry. I'm not saying that's what you did, but, we're not going to dig all that up. I just want to move past it, the same as everybody with all this craziness. We all need to just get along. We don't need more division. All right. So, yeah, I guess there's no melted steps for Jagger Cave, but I do have that photo somewhere, guys, and I'll show it on the next show for sure.
That's unusual stuff up there.
Everywhere. With this kind of stuff, and even in the video, if you look at the personal footage of that lady hiking up to Mauna Loa where she shows all her photos, I think that's the one where she shows the melted steps in that video. There's just structure everywhere around her.
Yeah. Again, these two splatter cones.
Splatter cones. Now, here we go. Here it is. This is looking from Jagger Cave outward up at the steps, and then that 14-foot stacked windbreaker behind her there that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
And there are the steps. Yes, there are steps leading down into this thing, guys. Who's building this? This is brick, guys. This is not fucking lava rock.
They are like one piece to these steps, not like one slab. No, they are all connected together. I remember the other pictures, the picture you showed. You can see them better.
Yeah, because you can see how they lead all the way down to the floor in that other picture. And the other ones leading down a little further are more melted. Of course, they're lower to the ground. But again, this is all muffed up brick everywhere.
Yeah. And where did they get these ones?
That's what I'm saying, dude. They have no problem finding right angle brick-looking lava stones everywhere. So, and then at 13,000 feet at the rim, there's a brick sitting there. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that meltification.
Yeah. Like the old sewers or something.
Yep.
Yeah, this now looks like an old pipe.
It does look pipe-ish.
Yeah.
Volcano Brick Incorporated. Yeah. Volcano Brickworks.
Why would there be a hole in this like rounded thing that goes nowhere?
It seems like in those mines that we were looking at, they weren't mining, they were bricking. Yeah. That's all they were doing is bricking. How they have time to mine anything?
Yeah. Toilets. Oh my.
Yeah, that's the toilet.
It goes directly in the lava.
Explosion.
I hope you didn't eat beans on your way up.
Another eruption. A splatter cone. This is where the splatter cones come from. What is all this? Is that a wall in the distance there? What is that sticking out?
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna say what it is. Another splatter cone, Jen. That's the
25
only-
watching. Somebody else must have went live. We lost a few. Maybe they're tired of looking at Mauna Loa. There's just so much stuff, guys. This is what fascinates me. I'm sorry. Now that has that Mars look to it. You know, if you just took a Photoshop and reddened the sky out and maybe made it more dramatic with the browns and reds, it would look like you're on Mars.
Yeah.
All right, girl. Thank you. I love the promo. I have it up on my channel, guys, if you want to check out the promo video for Saturday that Holistic Media made up. It's really good. God, this looks like you're looking off into like somewhere in Utah or something here, you know?
Yes. And they're still on top of this Mauna Loa volcano.
Yeah.
Crazy. What is this? You know?
And when you look at the, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, they call it cairns and cones.
When you look at the satellite image of Mauna Loa from the top down, from, you know, the aerial view looking down at it, the kind of Google Earth version of it, you can see that under the water, Mauna Loa goes down much further. This whole thing is the building, okay? And yeah, you can quote me on that one. This whole thing is the building. Just like Vesuvius, just like Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, what do we have here? Another 14-foot high windbreaker? Jeez. They're just everywhere.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, maybe it was an old red brick factory. I don't know. These towers were doing something.
What is this? Is that a defect? No.
Oh, that thing sticking up in the distance?
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be a radio antenna or something. I think there's a little shack next to it. I can kind of make it out. There might be another station up there or something.
Okay.
I think it is. Yeah. It's just that it's whited out because of the sky. Probably had chemtrails that day or something.
Oh yeah. Okay. Atmospheric baseline station. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. See?
Yep. Road closed.
Yeah.
Go there.
The road's closed to the Tower of Babel now, too. They call it Vesuvius. I'm not saying really Vesuvius. It's Tower of Babel-ish. I'm not saying it's the Tower of Babel, but it's very Tower of Babel-ish for sure. I think there was more than one ark. I think there was more than one Tower of Babel. I think there was a lot more to a lot of these stories that has been left out and minimized to a certain extent. So we don't get the full scope of any of the story of the Bible and how things may have went down in the past. Because at one point they were using the Bible as the history book. Well, if you control the historical narrative and you're able to skew the story in such a way that you don't get the full picture of what may have happened or all the players that were involved and everything, I mean, you're going to have a perception deception on many levels.
Yeah. In the Bible we have, it only talks about a certain place here, you know?
Yeah, like Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, I don't think that was an isolated event. It definitely looks like something major messed up a lot of stuff in that area. And even when you look at the area itself, everything in what they say is Sodom and Gomorrah, but then they're only looking at that little location in that vast area. When you look at the vast area, it all looks the same as Sodom and Gomorrah. Maybe Sodom and Gomorrah being more cooked to ash, flaky stuff, whereas in other areas it's more hardened and solid to an extent. But it all still has the melted traits to it.
Yeah. I wonder how deep you have to dig to hit something hard there, because you can see that all the top layer is just loose sediment,
Yeah, absolutely. Where do we want to go from here? Let's see here. Getting late into the show here. I know I'm going to have to pick up my husband shortly, so I'm not sure how much further I'm going to go. Let me see what he says here. Okay. A little bit longer. Do you want to bring some stuff up, Shabil? We can go any which way you want to go here. I know you said you had maybe something to do with giants that you wanted to show or whatever else.
Yes, we could because you sent me like this hat that you saw in a restaurant that was like hybrid
Oh, yeah.
giant.
So we'll bring up that picture if you want to bring that up too. So I was in Cracker Barrel the other day with my mom, and if anybody's eaten at Cracker Barrel, they have all these old time signs and stuff up on the walls. Now I used to work at this particular Cracker Barrel, and I noticed that they had changed some of their signs and stuff, put some new stuff up, rearranged some stuff, nuance and everything. And right where I'm sitting, I look up and I see this. One of those, it's like a thin metal sign, like looks like it's from like the 30s or the 40s or something like that. I couldn't believe what it said on it. I had to take a picture of it. So we're going to bring that up. I got to get some more weed too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't have today. Yeah, this picture.
Yeah, so this is in Cracker Barrel, guys. Okay, genetic giant hybrids. Like, what? Are you kidding me? What the hell were they genetically modifying back in the 30s and stuff, 40s?
Yeah, but I actually looked it up. And it was corn.
Oh, yeah, because that's what we need. Genetically modified corn in the 40s. Well, they've been at this a long time.
Yes. And it reminded me of the giants and who are the hybrids? Are we the hybrids or the giants are, Because we know about that they had like giant, like tall people and stuff, and in another part of the world they had like tiny people, so maybe we are like the middle of,
Well, it says in the Bible, the meek shall inherit the earth. And I thought to myself, if these guys were all giant and stuff, we look kind of meek to them. Maybe we were the meek.
Because you can see that in the North Pole there's an area, and they in old maps it say like pygmy regions, and the pygmy are like the small people.
Yeah.
And you go into the south, you got like the giants. They just call it the giants.
Right.
The region of giants, so further south is the giants. Further
and
north,
along the Montebano map, when you look at the land mass going around that they say is an ice wall, there's all kinds of giants on that thing.
Yeah.
They get more weed.
So I got this picture. You just can't see, like, look at the size of this guy. I'm not saying that we can have big people, because if you go see a basketball game, you'll see that you're pretty small because all of them are giants,
Right.
But we're talking about like maybe 20 feet giants.
And it would make sense considering the fact that these archways and doorways and stuff are so massive. If you put that guy on a giant beast, and he would have no problem walking through these arches and stuff,
No, exactly. And you can see like they had like a list of all the giants that they kind of know. But there's some like 30 feet, 25 feet.
Wow.
In the 16th, 15th century, but they say it's unknown. I just found it like yesterday. Somebody just posted it.
It's interesting though is that they always make out when they ever have a depiction of these giants, they always look like they're primitive or barbaric.
Yes.
But then when we see pictures of what for giants. They always have really nice clothes on. They look very, like this one right here. He doesn't look like a savage, right? But the depiction before that, they look like, you know, they're about to come out of the cave and skew you with their, you know, spear and stuff.
Yeah, just like the story of the Afghanistan giant, the redhead giant.
Yes.
Lives in caves and attacks people, you know. But
exactly.
Probably just another story, you know. This is all the people we know. We know that tall people exist.
Oh my gosh.
It's just crazy, you know. I know.
That's crazy right there.
And all over the time, they have pictures.
They don't look savage. Did they look like savages to you?
No, exactly. And sometimes they find like giant weapons.
Yes.
That nobody could really fire.
You know, that reminds me of the giant Nephilim super soldier video that I made about the Ferguson riots and the auto zone right there with the military police that were coming through there. He seemed to have a backpack size thing strapped to his leg, which looked like the size of a backpack that the normal size guy would have on his back, and which means his helmet had to be bigger, his shoe, everything, even the gun itself had to have been bigger to fit his proportions.
Yep. Exactly. Look at the side of this sword here.
Wow.
It's a giant. Yeah.
You wouldn't waste your time making something like that unless somebody was able to wield that sword.
Exactly. Look at these giant guns that they...
Wow.
And some people just found like these giant swords.
They're everywhere.
You know, people just like to have like giant stuff. You know, in every city you can find like a giant chair, a giant like fort.
Look at her. She's reaching up to that lamppost there. She's like holding on to it. Like, I'll change the bulb up here. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, look, guys, what I'm saying here too is that these large people had to travel. What did they travel in? Okay. What was their mode of transportation? Was there giant horses, giant cars? Did they have giant cars? Where's all this stuff at? I think they got rid of a lot of stuff. This is why when the people come back in after the reset, all these buildings that they go to reclaim and founded and it's mine and all this stuff is all emptied out of all possessions. And I remember one time I had Ceiling Fan Man on a while ago. We were looking at, I don't know, it looked like they were carting out giant bowls, giant dishes on the back of these wagons. Like the bowl took up the whole wagon and stuff. Or there'd be like a giant chair they're trying to dismantle and stuff. They got rid of a lot of stuff.
Yes. As you can see, these are just like recorded tall people, not like.
Wait, go back to that. How many fingers does this guy have here on his chest? Are they normal? Okay, it looked like he had an extra one there.
No, I did not see.
I had to get the magnifying glass out on that one. Look at this guy. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's just wow right there.
And these are all recorded.
And they don't look, for the most part, I know they got a lot of clothes on and stuff, but they don't look disformed or disfigured or what we would consider to be nowadays, where it's deforming and stuff. These people look pretty healthy in stature and everything. I'm just saying. Yeah. Monster trucks. Yeah, Jack. Monster trucks. Solve the mystery for me.
Yeah. You can see that they have a lot of different tall people.
Yeah, all different sizes.
Yeah.
This is why we see all different sized doorways. Sometimes we can't understand, why is there this doorway so massive, and then next to it will be a slightly smaller one, and then next to that could even be a one for our size. Yeah. You know, it makes sense if you had different size people. I mean, look at this. This is what's going on here. What?
Yeah, I think this is the smallest at the time, and this is the tallest there, you know. Look at the door behind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was telling you about, that they were like small people. And I was just thinking about it because you showed like the Book of Hours.
Hmm.
I told you that they are really small books,
Yes.
really hard to read, but why
And
would
then
you?
there's really big giant books out there that people have
Yes,
to like prop up on something and stand in front of it, and two people to pull a page over and stuff.
yes, yeah. Look, you can see like this guy was 28 inches,
What?
and this guy is 8 feet.
Wow. So this would be like the little pygmies who aren't
Yeah,
little savages somewhere, that they were actually, just regular old folk like us. But now when you think of pygmies, you think about these little guys in jungles with their little, I don't know,
yeah,
what do you wear in a jungle?
yeah. That's why they say they are in the jungle. But maybe they were chased there.
That could be. That could be very true. Who's this? Von Helsing right here?
No, this
Von Helsing.
called what, Relay Segui, and he's got two people in his hand, and
Oh,
they
he
are
does. Look at
the
this.
prince and the princess. Yeah,
Wow. You know what this reminds me of with these little people like this, like the gnomes and stuff? Because they look just like, they look like little frumpy Santa Clauses, I guess. But, they were like little like that. And I've heard stories of these like little people, not so little like mice or nothing, little like this, like that live out in the woods and stuff, like down in these little caverns and tunnel systems and stuff.
yeah, exactly. If they are like giant, they could possibly be like small people, small race of people.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of historical reports that they have been cited. So these are just like drawings of some, and you can see, look at the side of this woman. He's on a horse.
Yeah, and they're like almost eye to eye. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
yeah. There's a lot of these people, Neanderthal. I found a lot of depiction of, look how tall, look at the door. And these doors are really big in these castles, the old castles.
Yes, I showed Hampton Court a while ago on one of my old channels. If anybody was watching the live stream where I did part of it on Hampton Court, and you could see each doorway, because you could see the line of people going from room to room to room, and relatively they're all about the same size ish. Not that there's no people like over 6 feet tall in the crowds walking around, right? So we'll say they're all under 6 feet tall. The doorknobs come up to right where your shoulders are. So you got to reach up for the doorknob. And then the doors are another like 10 feet above you. Like they're so high. This guy would have no problem in Hampton Court at all.
No.
And it's all made of brick. All of it.
Yeah.
And there's heat damage all around Hampton Court. So you can see it everywhere. If you go on one of the personal tours or personal footage they're using, you'll see it. Pay attention to the doorknobs and how high they are.
Hampton Court, yeah, it's just crazy.
Also, I'd like to mention that the house that I explored around here, it's a 1860s or 1870s house with heat damage on it. The lady took me in to see her house. Yeah. That door, her front door, you have to, you had to reach down for the doorknob. It was weird. It was down low.
Weird, eh?
And the door was massive. It was real big and chunky wood. It was the original door. It was heavy and it was really tall. And I said to her, why is the doorknob all the way down here? And she says, oh, well, they were smaller back then. I said, I said, what about this door? Like the door is massive. Why are you gonna? And then when you go in and you see her windows, it's like you need an 18-foot ladder to get up and hang these curtains. This is how tall her windows almost went up to the 20-foot ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they say. They say the same thing here in Quebec City when you go visit. They're small doors, and they say, oh, the people were just smaller back then. What? It's crazy.
They'll believe anything. And they want you to believe it too.
Yeah. But look like the size of the crown.
Oh my gosh.
And this is a real crown. You can go look. I have a real picture of it. But
Talk about having a big head.
yeah, exactly.
What's up, Simone? Watchman, you're late. Very, very late. We're about to end the show soon. But I'm glad you showed up anyway. You're going to have to rewind, stay after class.
Big swords. Big drawings of people. Again, this one. And again, you can see that they portray these kings as big. Look at this guy here.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
Yeah. Imagine making
one guy's trying to beat him up and he's trying to get them all off of him.
Yeah. With one swing, yeah.
Oh. All right, you show that. I got to answer this phone.
Yep. You can see like this is only a representation, but it's bigger than the tower there. Another one showing Mert. People dancing with the giant. But this one I've showed. This is the one that the Masons, it's a Masonic drawing, but
I remember this one. This is the one where they're climbing up and taking the tech down and stuff or something, right?
Yep. Taking the roofing and the tech down. He's going.
And they're putting it in graveyards, guys. I bet they're sticking it in graveyards. That's what you're doing with it. They're like, put it over here. We might need it one day. We'll say it's a monument to Prince Albert.
Yeah, this guy's got a hammer. Trying to take it off. Taking like the covering of the top copper or gold.
Yeah, they could have been taking the gold down as well, all the tech, the metals, everything, and repurposing it, melting it down, making themselves the rich ones with it. But Chappu, I got to go pick up the hubby.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
This was a great stream, though. I had a lot of fun. Well, definitely you have to get back into that folder for sure.
Yeah, I've got so many folders we can look at.
I know, but it looked like you still had a lot of really good ones in that one to go through.
Yeah, we were getting into objects there. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, Chappu's channel for YouTube is linked in the description box below. And also, if you're interested in one of these shirts, this one says Meltology 101. And I also have other shirts that I'm going to show probably later on in the month. But for this one right now, if you're interested and you want one of these, the information is in the description below for how to do that. And I'll get it mailed right out to you. Also, if anybody does get one of these shirts, I would really love for you to send me a picture of you with the shirt on. And Chappu took a really nice picture. Do you have that picture, Chappu? We can show it real quick. In case anybody hasn't seen it yet, this is the picture I got from Chappu when he first got his shirt and put it on and took a picture for me. And I think he's like the perfect model for the shirt and all future shirts. So he's going to be my new model.
This one.
Yeah, I'm going to let you share screen again.
No.
All right, here we go.
You didn't see it.
There we are.
Because you posted it everywhere.
I did. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I don't know where you've been. I've been hiding, but this is a medium. It fits them really nice. It's a very light material. It's very, very black. It's not going to fade on you at all. It's very nice and light, especially for this warmer weather that's coming in. And they have all the way up to like 3X. And they also have tank tops and stuff, so I could probably get this kind of stuff put on other types of shirts as well. But right now we're sticking with this type of shirt. And I really appreciate it. Chappu, I can't even talk right now. I need some water.
Yeah.
All right, guys, on that note, we're going to get out of here. Chappu, thanks for helping me knock this one out of the park again. I hope you all had fun and enjoyed yourselves.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen, for this beautiful shirt and for bringing me on your show again.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing the collage for me with the steps and everything. I really appreciate that.
I always have fun talking with you and looking at stuff, and it's great.
Yep.
And I love everyone in the chat. I didn't read much of it, but Love you
Yeah, I
all.
always go back and rewatch the shows later at a later date and check the chat and see what I missed and stuff, all the conversations and everything. But I love you guys. Let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing. I got to go, and we are out of here.
Thank you.